All right, everyone, welcome to Breslov Efrat, and I want to thank Reb Shlomo for introducing this our little chabura to the Olam. Shkoyach Reb Shlomo. David told me about that. That was very, very nice. And we're in Likutey Halachos. We're in Hilchos Hashkamas Habayker Gimel Halacha Gimel, and we're in middle of letter Beis. So it's on we're up to Vizeu Bechinas Hashena Shebalayla. Is that what we got that? Is that right, David? Yeah. Guys got it? Okay. Okay, so this is Vizeu Bechinas Hashena Shebalayla. This is the idea of sleep at night. Ki balayla oz nimshach hachoshech ba'olam. Because we know at night there's a darkness that's drawn into the world. It's dark. You look outside, it's dark, everything's dark. You get whatever light you get from the moon, which again we said the moon is nimshalu to Klal Yisrael, to find the Nekudas Taivas and all that, but there's a darkness, there's still a darkness in the world. But the real chayshech comes from the chayshech up on high. What's the chayshech up on high? The whole idea that like we're in the 3 weeks, right? We're in the 9 days now. Is the chayshech, the whole idea that the pain that there is, unfortunately, because of the situation that's going on in the world. Shul bechinas oimek hamusag, bechinas yoshes chayshech sisrei, yoshes chayshech sisrei. In other words, when the chayshech comes in, that's the seisa, that's the hidden. But we have to understand what is that. What does all of this mean? In other words, there's a chayshech up on high, chayshech al pnei sahaim. Right? The Torah starts out. It was chayshech al pnei sahaim. But is darkness really darkness sometimes? Or is darkness can really be this? It's really light. We just perceive it as darkness. I think really the Rebbe is trying to show us this here, that really there is no such a thing as darkness. If you really can get to, like we spoke yesterday about Yitzchak. Yitzchak, he always saw through everything. He saw that everything was good. He saw the end game. During the problem, it's dark and we don't understand. But if we understand that Kol Ma David Rachman Latav Avid, that really everything Hashem does, He does for our ultimate good. So then what? So then we understand that really, even if it's dark, it's really light. It's dark, but it's really light. Like the mashal we gave yesterday with the dentist. You go to the dentist, you pay him all sorts of money. He's causing you all kind of problem, right? But it's painful. That noise is, I think, is the worst of everything, right? that noise, right? But you pay him up, but because you know that the pain is going to go away, so you're okay with it. So we have to just, I believe that's a very good mashal for the dimshal, for the Rebbeinu Shalom, and the darkness that ever we go through. There's really a light at the end of the tunnel. There's always a light. All right? Sheheim bechinas akushi she'ef shel yashram. Those are the questions that we can't answer. That we said, what? You want to say something? Yosef?
Physically, there is no such darkness, just absence of light.
Absence of light, yeah.
Light is a thing, but darkness is not really a thing, it's just absence of light.
Right, so that's what we're saying. Right. No, it's a dark situation that we're trying to say. If someone's going through a difficult situation in their life, you can say it's also a dark situation. Right? In other words, the light is hidden from them during the problem they're going through. Right? Because if they have the clarity during their problem, so then it's not really going to be a problem. Like the example we gave with the dentist, right? In other words, you have clarity, you understand that I'm going through this pain now because it's going to be better in a few more moments. And that's why I can endure this. So that's really any problem we're going through, if we can just use that example to realize that I'm going through whatever it is, but wow, look what Hashem has for me at the end. It's going to be amazing at the end. And I think that's the main point. So now we have the questions that we can't answer. So we said that the questions that we can't answer are things of, like we use the example of philosophy. We shouldn't go into that because the Rebbe said when you go into those kind of, you just reach the point of no return. But there's also the kind of questions that we have that we said that comes into us from what we eat, right? Because we're still in the middle of lesson 62, lesson Samach Beis, right? And it was still the idea when we have this maestros, the extra things that we eat, that's the Yetzer Hara that causes us to have that apikorsis inside of us, that little apikorsis that's inside of us that asks those questions constantly. You can't answer. You can't get answers to these type of questions. Things that come of things of like the creation of the world. Why was this created like that? And we don't understand. It's none of our. Who cares? And there was a Kadosh Baruch Hu made everything. He has the ultimate wisdom, and he understands everything, and he makes everything exactly the way it's supposed to be, and nothing is different. And why do I have to question why Hashem made this or that? It's foolish. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of energy. His galus elikus, because these questions are hiding the elikus. Yosef, like you were just saying, what is the darkness? It's an absence of light. So these questions put the darkness over the light of the Rabbeinu Shalom. What's the light? It's the Rabbeinu Shalom. It hides it. It hides it over HaKadosh Baruch Hu's light. And this kind of chayshech, you can't use intellect. Intellect can't overcome this. Intellect won't work because it's something higher than what our minds can comprehend. Our minds are finite. We can only comprehend certain things. We can't understand HaKadosh Baruch Hu, as HaKadosh Baruch Hu is infinite. So how can a finite mind understand something of infinite? It's impossible. Ki im al yidei emuna levad, but we have to rely on emuna. This is the whole point of the lesson. This is really the whole point of every lesson that we're going to learn. It's really all about emuna. It's all about Emuna, to understand that any time we're in a situation, we have to be maminim. We have to believe that it's the Rabbeinu Shalom and not forget what's going on. And this is what I believe the whole idea with the media is they try to cover HaKadosh Baruch Hu. They try to, not to show you that everything is run by Hashem. They want you to show you that everything is run by everybody else. It's not run by Hashem. It's run by this political party, that political. It's nonsense. We have to have emunah that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is doing everything the right way. It's unbelievable. Like my Rebbe Reb Chaim always says, he says amazing. He says, look at Eretz Yisrael. He says, despite the dysfunctional government, despite these excuses for people that are running it, but look at the way Eretz Yisrael advances. Look at that way everything is advancing. Anyway, despite them, everything is advancing. Everything is more beautiful. Everything is growing. It's not because of them. And he says that that's the reason why. That's the reason why you need the Emuna. You need to plug this in, because if you look at the darkness, it's all dark. But if you realize, wow, it's HaKadosh Baruch Hu is running everything. It's mamash light, and that's the whole point of the lesson, right? David, you want to say something?
No, I'm always thinking the same thing, just about the government and the IDF and the Mossad. If you ever met any of these, you like in your mind, you think like, oh, there must be these like geniuses that are.
No. David was telling me that his son. Wait. David was telling me that his son was in the army. What did David? Please share with us what your son told.
My son said, if this is it, he said, I'd hate to be around here if there's really an emergency or really. He said this is supposed to be the best army in the world. It's the most disorganized, dysfunctional mess. I mean,
but it's HaKadosh Baruch Hu that's running it.
I meant like I won't say.
Right? That's what it is. That's what we're trying to say here. It's all you can't plug in. It's not intellect. It's bigger than intellect.
Very high level MK, minister in the government. You would think this guy must be a political gaon.
Yeah, he's a buffoon.
He was a he's a regular yid. It could have been me.
Okay. You're right.
The Abish is running everything.
Wow, it's mamish amazing, right? Mamish amazing. Okay, so I'm glad we shared all of this. Okay, so we have to be lismaich rak al emuna levad. We only have to rely on the emuna, and if you rely on the Kadosh Baruch Hu, believe me, everything will be fine. Just rely on the Rabbeinu Shalom. Whenever you have these questions and all these things, and to know that I have to always remember that whatever questions are coming at me could be because of something I did. Maybe I ate a little too much, like we learned. Maybe I didn't learn enough halacha, because we said halacha is the way we can answer the questions. Because again, we have these questions. So maybe I didn't learn enough halacha. So don't question the Rabbeinu Shalom. Put the onus on our. We have to put the onus on ourselves. and correct what we did, and then of course the problems will go away. But in the meantime, in the interim, you have to just rely on the Emuna. And that's the whole idea, right? That's the idea of sleep at night. At night, we go to sleep. That's the exiting of das, right? You go to sleep. Now, when we go to sleep, so we lie down, we go to sleep. Do we have any idea what's going on around us? Nothing. To really sleep, and you want to sleep well, you need Emuna. To know that Hashem, you're taking care of me. I'm not awake. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to be, what's going on. I don't know what's going, but I don't care because I know it's Hashem. I know it's all Hashem is taking care of everything. That's the greatest demonstration of showing our Emuna. Then we go to sleep. Then we close my eyes. I put everything down, right? You know, the people don't sleep with their gun in the hand, right? Right? They go to sleep. They put the gun on the side, right? Fascinating. The Oz b'shas sheina, and then during the time of sleep, nichnas hadas l'sleich emuna b'nischadei sham. So again, like we said, if you go to sleep the right way in Kriya Shema Lamita, and you settled the day, and you took care of everything that you were supposed to do, right? And in other words, you settled up everything. That you took care of, you made that din v'cheshbon, and everything is you were miyash of everything. Everything's going. You can go to sleep and you said hamapil. And you said Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu, and you said the three parts. By doing that, you go to sleep. You feel there's something so amazing because then you enter into the world of Emuna. Like we said yesterday, Be'emunascha Baleilis, right? Remember, like we said, we quoted that yesterday, Be'emunascha Baleilis. You attach yourself to the Emuna at night. Be'emunascha Baleilis. And then if you do that, so then when you get up in the morning, so then it's like we're going to read, we'll read in Eicha and Gimel, the mornings, the newness, the freshness of the morning is the influx of the Emuna. Rab Emuna increases our Emuna.
It's amazing how many quotes we have from Eicha.
It's beautiful, right? No, because if you listen, you know, the tzaddikim would read Eicha, they saw the beauty in it. We read it, we see the sadness in there, but they know how to read between the lines, and even though it's written in there, but they see the Yeshuas Hashem in those words. They see that they see the tikva. There's that hope they see in the words. Look at Rabbi Akiva. Rabbi Akiva, they were standing and looking at Har Bayis, and he saw that everyone, they were all crying. Rabbi Akiva's laughing. Why? Because he said, why? Because if the first part of the Nevuah came true, that the Beis HaMikdash was going to be destroyed, I see the Beis HaMikdash is already built, so I'm laughing. I see right through it. That's the whole thing, like we said of Yitzchak. Rabbi Akiva was living that way. He saw and he believed, and he had the emun and the betachin that everything he saw and everything he felt was mamish good. He felt the goodskeit from Hashem. He felt it's only good. Mamish amazing lessons that we get from that. And again, I just want to say one thing. That's really the difference between emunah and betachin. Right? Sometimes we talk about emunah, we talk about betachin. What is the difference? Right? Let's talk about it for a second. Emuna is what I believe. Is belief. I believe it. Bitachon is demonstrating what I believe.
It's trust.
It's the trust and the demonstration. Because I believe this, I'll do this. Because I believe in Hashem, I'll get up at Tikkun Chatzais. It's the action part of the Emuna. It's the action part, right? Right? In other words, does it make sense? I mean, right? Because I need my bitachon is what I'm gonna actually do to motivate me. But it's through my emuna. You can't really have one without the other. You need to be a mamin, like we're learning over here. Chadashim become rabbi. I need that emuna to be able to give me the ability to apply it to my bitachon when I need to. Right? Does it make sense?
Yeah, but all Yidden and some
Please.
are maminim.
Sure.
But they don't demonstrate bitachon.
Of course.
Right. So
Of course. Well, no. That's listen. Even in the Milchama, we saw that there were Jews that they wouldn't step that mayor of the town, they wouldn't step on that Sefer Torah. The Nazis, they rolled out a Sefer Torah and he told him to stamp on it. He wouldn't stamp on it. Why wouldn't he stamp on it? The guy he didn't know anything. But he has that pinta yid inside of him. And then and that pinta yid had that enough emunah, and he applied that bitachon when he needed it at that moment, even though he had no idea what he was doing. He had no idea why he wouldn't do it. He never saw a Torah in his life. He never did it. It didn't matter. But I can't do that. Amazing.
The Tanya speaks about it.
Sure.
Right? The idea when every single yid at the point of Mesiras Nefesh will demonstrate Mesiras Nefesh.
That
We have thousands and
stories. I'm giving you millions of
is,
stories.
What he wants to say is that we need to somehow demonstrate that level of Mesiras Nefesh in our day to day, right? And that would be bitachon. That would be showing.
We're showing, of course. And I was doing like I said. No. Like we said, I get up at chatzai, so I get up an hour after chatzai, so 2 hours or 3 hours. But as long as I get up before Allah Shachar, by doing that, so that's my bitachon. That's what I'm doing. I'm getting my influx of my emuna, and then I get up in the morning is gaber kari elami baboiki. When I get up in the morning like that lion, that's my bitachon, right?
Right.
I have the emuna that I need to, and I do it. All right. Anyway,
the point I was just drawing is that we need to work on bitachon, and that it's not
absolutely.
It's
not a given.
Not everybody
No. You have to work, but But the difference of emuna and bitachon is demonstrating the emuna.
No.
It's a demonstration of it. You're showing what you believe. Okay. Okay, that's the Torah, lesson 35. Ayin Shem Hainu B'Shas Cheshchas Laila. Dahainu Kishemaschilin Lishloit Ba'olam Elu Aklipas Va'Kfiras Va'Kush Yishiev Sheli Ashram. Like we said that the first part of the night, the first segment of the night is what is run by the Mitra Nusa. Remember that, right? We learned that yesterday. It's run by the Mitra Nusa because HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives over the control, and that what is that? That's the klipus and the kfira. So at that time we need to attach ourselves to the emuna because there's so much things going on. We need to attach ourselves to the emuna. She'ein b'chidas cheshchas laila. It's the dark part of the night. In other words, the absence of HaKadosh Baruch Hu's light is most shown. We see the greatest absence of Hashem's light at that time. So then that's why we have to go to sleep then. Why? Because Shena, going to sleep, is Emuna. When I go to sleep, I'm demonstrating I believe in Hashem. I don't have to worry about what's going on around me. That's a rest to my mind. Naicha gives me rest. It gives me tranquility to my mind. I don't have to keep thinking. I can just put my mind at ease. I could put my mind at ease and trust in Hashem. Because I have to just disconnect myself from my das to go to sleep. People, they have to always try to set it, because if your mind is racing and think you can't sleep, right? So in other words, to get a good sleep, you need to understand that you have to go to sleep the right way. Like we keep saying, the Kriya Shema Lamita, it's so important, because that settles the mind. You understand that I'm giving myself over to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, right? Because we learned that when we go to sleep, it's a bechin, an aspect of Misa. It's a shishim of Misa, right? A 60th of that. Right? But I believe in HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and that's it. Shezeh b'chinas shena. That's the idea of shena. Histalkus adas. It's very beneficial when we do it the right way. When we do it the right way, that is histalkus adas, because I could put my mind at ease. I could set aside my mind. It can be recharged. It can be recharged. Because I just rely on Emuna. So it's not totally on what I think and what I need, and I just go to sleep, I lie down, and I'm relying on Hashem. You take care of me. I don't know, it's okay. Hashem, I give myself over to you. Right? The Rebbe says every day what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to give yourself over to HaKadosh Baruch Hu when the day comes in. Why? Because I give over my actions and my actions of anyone that's involved with me. That's with me. Why? Because if I give over to HaKadosh Baruch Hu everything, Hashem, you run it, you run my life. I understand. I don't know what I'm doing, so Hashem, please, you guide me with your light, Guide me how I should run my life. Because I don't know. I don't know these answers. I don't know what to do. So give me the answers. Guide me. You understand? By doing that, it's like the same idea when we'll get onto an airplane, right? We go onto an airplane, right? So when you go onto an airplane, you have no idea. You have no idea who the pilot is, or maybe sometimes we do, but most of the time we have no idea. We have no idea the condition of the plane, right? We have no idea who the people are. We have no idea, right? But we believe we get into this big metal box, right? and it goes up there, and we everything's okay. Why?
And we trust this garbage industry, but we don't trust
Why?
them.
Why? That's what I'm trying to show. So we go to sleep. We're really doing that. We're doing that much greater. But we're trusting in the Rebbeinu Shalom. But really, when you get on the plane, that's Emuna also. You don't believe in them. You know, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to help. We say Tfilas Haderech, and we rely on the Rebbeinu Shalom. I'm just giving you again a muscle for the Nimshal. Okay, so there's Lismach Rak El Emuna Levad. Says that's the whole idea of sleep. When I have Emuna, that's true sleep. The world thinks they'll go to sleep, they'll watch TV and they'll fall asleep, right? People tell me, and then they read a book and they fall asleep. They're going to do it. Okay, shkoyah, but so what are you doing there? What are you doing? But that's not, you're just conking out. That person's conking, they're not going to sleep. There's a difference, right? You see there's a difference? When you go to sleep, when you settled everything, and you can mamish, you'd say, Rebbeinu Shalom, I'm giving myself over to you. You could go to sleep. It's amazing. You're one with Hashem, and that's the Emuna. Shemistalkin oz hadas legamrei v'soimchin rak el Emuna. I put aside my own mind and my own worries and my own things that are going on in my life and my business deals and the family and then whatever's going on. I put it all aside. And I'm Soimech Rak El Emuna. Shul Bechinas Kabbalas Ol Malchus Shemayim. That's being Mekabel Ol Malchus Shemayim. That's accepting the yoke of Shemayim. Because if we take on the yoke of Shemayim, then Chazal tell us we don't have to have the yoke of this world, right? In other words, we have to have a yoke, right? A yoke is we have to be attached to something. So if we attach ourselves to the Torah and to Hashem, so then all the other problems go away. HaKadosh Baruch Hu will take care of all the other problems because we're involved in the Torah. That's the Emet. That's right. If you're only an Eved of Hashem, the Oran said he's the only one that's free. Only he's free. That's the only one that's going to be free. Only one that's serving Hashem, and not like the world thinks. The world thinks that if I'm going to go out and I'm going to work, I'm going to become an entrepreneur, I'm going to be very successful. Nonsense. That's it. The people that were they're a slave to that time. They're a slave to everything. But if you're an Eved Hashem in the Torah, in your trust in the Rebbeinu Shalom, so of course HaKadosh Baruch Hu will take care of us. Because again, that's called an Arusa de Lasata. In other words, when we have an awakening down here, what's an Arusa de Lasata? It's awakening down here. When we have an awakening down here, and we remember HaKadosh Baruch Hu in this world, so of course HaKadosh Baruch Hu is so pleased that we remembered him in this cuckoo world, that we remembered Hashem and we trusted him. So of course Hashem is going to reciprocate and he's going to have his Narusta de Leila and he's going to send down all the bracha that we need. And that's what it means that he's chavshi. That's what it means. Shemekabla alatzman kaidem hashena ayidei kriya shema shel hamita. That I'm a kabbalah upon myself again. We can't say this enough to say the kriya shema lamita the right way. The right way. Shehu emunas hayichud. That's the unification with one's neshama with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. I'm making that yichud. I'm making that unification. And I say b'shem kol Yisrael. What's b'shem kol Yisrael? That's again, I'm putting myself with all of Klal Yisrael. B'shem kol Yisrael. Ki b'shah shein nichnasen hamaychen l'seich emuna. Because when I go to sleep, again, I'm entering my mind into the realm of emuna. I'm now entering my mind and into Emuna, and I can mamish have that beautiful trust in the Rebbeinu Shalom. Ki keneged elu akushes ef shaliyashva. Because all of the questions of the world, I can't answer those things. There's so many things going on. There's so many things going on always. The news is always changing, and there's so many things going on. I have no idea. I just know one thing: Hashem is running all of the news. Hashem is running all of the governments. Hashem is running everything, and He's going to take care of it. I don't have to worry. I don't need to worry. I need to do my mitzvahs. I need to do my this. I need to do my. I need to say my tehillim, learn my halacha. That's what I have to do, and then the rest, Hashem, you take care of. I don't have to worry about that. You want me to do this, like Oren said, then I'm going to be a ben chavshi. I'm going to be a free person. I'm going to be a free person because HaKadosh Baruch Hu will take care. Those questions that I can't answer, that's the greatest absence of light in the night. The greatest absence of light is what? The absence of the Rabbeinu Shalom's presence in the world. His presence is not so prevalent at the night. His presence is more hidden. Sham tzrichen l'salik date. There you have to be mesalik the das. I just have to rest my mind. I have to just not unattach myself. L'salik. I have to unattach myself from all of those things of my mind. Detach. Is that what I didn't say that? Detach.
You said it in a
more
beautiful way. You said
okay.
Unattach.
Unattached. Okay, either way. Okay, detached, unattached, same thing. Legame v'china sheina mamish. An idea of sheina v'lismach rak el emuna levad, to mamish be saimach on emuna levad. And this is, we can't talk about this enough. We can't talk about this enough. Mamish to be saimach on emuna. Just to rely on the Rabbeinu Shalom. And again, we're in the 9 days. And again, what we have to understand is it's really that we're begging the Rabbeinu Shalom for the Beis Hamikdash, right? We're really begging the Rabbeinu Shalom for the Beis Hamikdash, because when we had the Beis Hamikdash, we had the Karbonis, we had the Kehanim, and the Kehanim were doing their Avodah, and the Leviim were doing they had a beautiful song, and the song brought us the tshuva closer to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and that's what we need again. This is mamish what we need. We need the Beis Hamikdash. If we get the Beis Hamikdash back, everything will be fixed. All of the problems, all of our health problems, all of our financial, everything will get fixed with the Rebbeinu Shalom bringing down the Bayis Shlishi. So I wish everyone. Does anyone have any questions? Want to say anything? No. No more. No. Okay. So I guess we'll Mitzvah Hashem we'll meet back again on Monday. Right? Today is Thursday, so we have Reb Shlomo Shia tomorrow, Mitzvah Hashem, right? Erev Shabbos, and then Sunday will be Tisha B'Av. So, okay, so we'll meet back Bezos Hashem. Hopefully, we'll see the coming of Mashiach before then. But in case we still have to deal with, so we'll be here at Mitzvah Hashem Monday. Okay.
Maybe we should think of, maybe you want to end it, but maybe we should think about